I welcome you to my channel. Subscribe and listen to my new stories every day. The sun hangs low in the sky, casting long shadows across the living room floor as I scroll through my phone, seeking a distraction from the mundane afternoon. My wife, Mia, is out for her usual yoga class, and I relish the quiet. The faint sound of the wind rustling through the trees outside punctuates the stillness. Suddenly, my phone buzzes, breaking the silence. I glance at the screen, my heart racing when I see an unfamiliar number. Curiosity piqued, I swipe to open the message. My stomach drops as I read the words, "Your wife is sleeping with me. If you want me to cede her to you, drop me $50,000. I blink, rereading the message, but the words don't change. Betrayal courses through my veins like poison. Mia. Sleeping with someone else. It doesn't make sense. We've built a life together over the last 5 years. I feel a cold sweat trickle down my back, the realization hitting me like a freight train. This isn't just a sick joke, this is real. I stand up, pacing the room, my mind racing. Who is this person? How long has this been going on? I replay our conversations in my head, looking for signs I missed, for moments that might have hinted at this treachery. The more I think about it, the angrier I become. I can't let this go unanswered. The thought of confronting her fills me with dread, but the idea of sitting back and doing nothing is unbearable. I have to know the truth. I text back, "Who are you?" A few agonizing moments pass before my phone buzzes again. "You'll find out soon enough." I throw my phone onto the couch and run my hands through my hair. My breathing is erratic, a mixture of rage and despair. The hours creep by, each minute feeling like an eternity. I glance at the clock, it's almost time for her to come home. The last thing I want is to face her, but I need to gather my thoughts, to form a plan. When the door swings open, the scent of jasmine wafts in, mingling with the tension that fills the air. Mia walks in, blissfully unaware of the storm brewing beneath my calm exterior. She's radiant, her yoga clothes hugging her body in a way that reminds me of the moments we first fell in love. I force a smile, masking the turmoil within. "Hey, babe. I had such a great class today," she says, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "Really?" I reply, my voice steady, though my insides churn. "What did you learn?" "Oh, just some new poses. It's amazing how much stronger I feel." She moves closer, trying to kiss me, but I step back, caught between wanting to embrace her and the gut-wrenching betrayal clawing at my heart. "Mia, we need to talk," I say, my tone firm. Her smile falters, confusion flickering across her face. "What's wrong?" I swallow hard, searching for the right words. "I got a text today. About you." "What do you mean?" Her brow furrows as she steps back, her body tensing. "Someone claims you're cheating on me. They want money for your release." My voice cracks slightly, the accusation heavy in the air. Her eyes widen, disbelief etched across her features. "That's ridiculous. Who would say that?" I take a step closer, leaning into the confrontation. "That's what I want to find out. You can either tell me the truth, or I can find out myself." Mia's silence is deafening, the weight of the accusation hanging between us like a thick fog. "You're not serious," she whispers, her voice barely audible. I don't need her to say anything else. The look in her eyes tells me everything. I feel a sense of clarity wash over me, a chilling resolve forming in my mind. If she thinks she can betray me and get away with it, she's sorely mistaken. I'm going to ruin her life, I think, the words echoing in my mind like a sinister promise. I won't confront her yet, I need to gather evidence, to craft my revenge. I'll play the role of the faithful husband until I'm ready to strike. As I watch her, I can't help but feel a rush of satisfaction. This betrayal will not go unpunished. Mia will pay for what she's done, and the man behind the text will learn that I'm not someone to be trifled with. Let's forget about the text for now, I say, forcing a smile. How about dinner? Sure, she replies, the relief evident in her voice. I watch her move into the kitchen, the clatter of pots and pans echoing in my ears. But my thoughts drift to the text and the promise of revenge. Soon enough, she'll realize that betrayal has consequences. I pull out my phone, glancing at the message one last time. I'll need to keep this close to my chest. This is only the beginning. As I plot my next move, the sun sets outside, casting a red glow across the sky. Darkness creeps into the room, and with it comes a sense of inevitability. I'll make sure Mia understands the true cost of her betrayal. And when I do, she'll wish she had never crossed me. The night stretches on, thick with tension and unspoken truths. As Mia bustles around the kitchen, I force myself to engage in casual conversation, all while plotting my next steps. My heart races as I realize this is just the beginning. I need proof, something concrete to validate the betrayal before I unleash my plan. Mia, do you have any plans this weekend? I ask, trying to sound nonchalant. Not really. Just some yoga classes and maybe catching up with Sarah, she replies, chopping vegetables for dinner. Her focus seems elsewhere, and I can't help but wonder if she's thinking about her lover. The thought makes my blood boil. Sarah? The one from your yoga class? I push, watching her reaction closely. Yeah. She's great. We're going to check out that new cafe downtown. You should join us. Her voice is cheerful, but the invitation feels forced. Maybe. I'll see if I can get some work done. I lean against the counter, pretending to be interested. What time are you meeting her? Probably around noon, she says, a hint of excitement creeping into her voice. Sounds good. I might have some errands to run then. My mind races as I formulate a plan. If she's meeting Sarah, it might give me the perfect opportunity to dig deeper into Mia's secrets. After dinner, I retreat to our home office under the guise of needing to work. In reality, I pull out my laptop, determined to uncover more about the person who sent me the text. The first step is to find out who this mystery lover might be. I spend the next hour scrolling through Mia's social media, her posts filled with smiling faces and seemingly innocent moments. Yet, something feels off. I stumble upon a picture of her with Sarah, arms wrapped around each other, grinning like best friends. In the background, a shadowy figure catches my eye, a man leaning casually against the wall. I squint at the screen, feeling a jolt of recognition. It's a guy I've seen before at her yoga studio, but I can't remember his name. Perfect, I murmur to myself, my pulse quickening. I search for the yoga studio online, quickly finding the website. Scanning through the instructor bios, I spot him, Jake, a personal trainer and yoga enthusiast. My gut twists. There's something about him that feels too familiar. As I dig deeper, I uncover his social media profiles. The pieces start to fit together like a puzzle. Jake has commented on several of Mia's posts, their interactions too friendly for my comfort. My mind races, and a plan begins to take shape. I decide to confront Jake directly, but not before gathering more information. I can't let Mia see the storm brewing inside me. I want to catch her off guard. With that in mind, I set a trap. The next morning, I feign normalcy over breakfast. Mia sits across from me, a cup of coffee in her hands, and I study her intently. Anything exciting planned for today? I ask, pouring myself some coffee, keeping my voice casual. Just the usual yoga class, she replies, a slight smile playing on her lips. You should come sometime. It's really good for you. I'll think about it. I take a sip, then add, maybe I'll swing by the studio later. Her smile falters for a moment, and I catch the flicker of fear in her eyes. Oh, you don't have to do that. Why not? I'm curious about your classes. It might be fun, I say, injecting enthusiasm into my voice, masking the underlying tension. Mia shrugs, trying to regain her composure. If you say so. As she heads out for her class, I grab my jacket and head to the studio. I know Jake teaches the afternoon session, and I plan to confront him. The drive is filled with adrenaline, I can almost hear my heartbeat in my ears. When I arrive at the yoga studio, I scan the room, spotting a group of women stretching and chatting. I focus on the front desk, where a young receptionist is chatting with someone. My gaze shifts to the studio door, and there he is, Jake, wearing a tight-fitting tank top and athletic shorts, effortlessly exuding charm. I wait until the class begins before stepping inside, timing my entrance perfectly. I approach the desk, trying to appear casual as I engage the receptionist. Hey, I'm looking for someone. Jake? He's a trainer here. Sure, he's in the class right now, she says, glancing toward the studio. You can wait here. I nod, pacing slightly as I gather my thoughts. I need to confront him without causing a scene. The class ends, and the students trickle out, their faces flushed and happy. I spot Mia among them, her expression bright, but when she sees me, the smile falters. Jake! I call out, stepping forward as he exits the studio. He turns, eyebrows raised in surprise. Hey, you, he replies, a grin spreading across his face. Can we talk for a second? I ask, my voice steady but firm. Sure. He glances at Mia, who is lingering behind me, confusion written all over her face. I lead him a few steps away from the crowd. I got a message about you and Mia, I say, my voice low but edged with steel. His smile drops, replaced by a guarded look. What do you mean? I lean closer, lowering my voice. You know exactly what I mean. Cut the act. I'm not here to play games. Are you sleeping with my wife? Jake stumbles back slightly, eyes wide. What? No, that's... Save it. I'm not interested in lies. My heart races, fueled by anger and betrayal. I want the truth. Okay, he says, raising his hands defensively. We've hung out a few times, but it's nothing serious. Just friends. Friends? I scoff, feeling the heat of rage rise in my chest. You call that friendship? Before he can respond, Mia steps forward, panic flashing in her eyes. What's going on? She demands, her voice trembling. Just a little chat about your friendship with Jake, I say, keeping my gaze fixed on him. Mia's face pales, and I can see the realization hitting her. You're lying. We're just friends. Right, Jake? Yeah. Just friends, Jake stammers, looking caught between us. I narrow my eyes at him, sensing his hesitation. I'm not going to let this go. I will find out the truth, one way or another. With that, I turn and walk away, the tension thick in the air. Mia's voice follows me, frantic. Wait. We need to talk. But I don't stop. I step out into the sunlight, feeling the weight of my betrayal shift to a simmering anger. I have my proof now, but it's not enough. I need more than just words, I need evidence that will ruin her, that will show her the cost of her infidelity. As I drive home, I start to plan my next move, the taste of revenge lingering in the air. This isn't just about confronting Mia, it's about dismantling the life we built together, brick by brick. The idea fills me with a twisted sense of satisfaction. I won't just take my dignity back, I'll make her regret every moment of deceit. And as the sun sets on another day, I know this is only the beginning of my retribution. The air feels electric as I pull into the driveway, the weight of my confrontation with Jake heavy on my shoulders. I walk inside, my mind racing with thoughts of revenge and the satisfaction that awaits me. Mia is sitting on the couch, her phone in hand, a look of distress plastered across her face as I enter. "Where have you been?" she asks, her voice laced with tension. "I've been trying to call you." "Out," I reply curtly, dropping my bag by the door. "We need to talk." Mia's eyes widen, apprehension flickering in them. "About what? Did something happen at the studio?" I step closer, keeping my expression steady. "You could say that. I had a very interesting conversation with Jake today." Her face pales, and for a moment, she seems to freeze, as if processing the implications of my words. "You talked to him?" "Yeah, I did. I wanted to know what kind of friends you two really are," I say, my voice low but firm. "So, why don't you tell me the truth?" Her facade crumbles as she realizes the gravity of the situation. "It's not what you think," she blurts, her voice rising in panic. "Then what is it, Mia? Enlighten me." I shoot back, my frustration boiling over. "Because the last time I checked, you weren't supposed to be spending time with another man behind my back." She stammers, searching for words. "We just hung out. It's nothing serious, I promise. I didn't mean for it to happen." "That's not good enough," I interject, pacing the room like a caged animal. "You think I can just ignore this? You think I can just accept your betrayal and move on?" She bites her lip, tears glistening in her eyes. "Please, don't do this. I made a mistake, but it doesn't mean I don't love you." "Love? You call that love?" I scoff, bitterness dripping from my words. "You've shattered everything we built, and now you want to talk about love? I didn't mean to hurt you. I never wanted this," she pleads, her voice cracking. I stop, turning to face her fully. "What do you want me to do, Mia? Pretend this never happened? Go on with my life as if nothing is wrong?" "No, of course not." She reaches out, desperation written across her face. "I'll do anything to make it right. Just tell me what you need." I pause, a cruel thought crossing my mind. Perhaps this is my chance to put my plan into action, to make her feel the weight of her betrayal. "Anything, huh?" I say slowly, a sinister smile creeping across my lips. "You really want to prove your loyalty? Then you need to show me that you're willing to give up everything." Her brow furrows in confusion. "What do you mean?" I step closer, lowering my voice. "I want you to break things off with Jake completely. No more texting, no more meetings. I want you to tell him that it's over, that you're committed to me." Mia's eyes widen, and I can see the wheels turning in her mind. "You want me to just cut him off? Just like that?" "Yes. And if you don't, I'll make sure everyone knows exactly what happened. Your friends, your family, they'll all find out about your little affair." She gasps, horrified. "You wouldn't do that. You're bluffing." "Try me," I challenge, feeling a rush of adrenaline at the prospect of watching her squirm. "You think I won't? You have no idea what I'm capable of." Mia sinks into the couch, her hands trembling as she processes my ultimatum. "This isn't fair," she cries, tears streaming down her cheeks. "I made a mistake, but I'm trying to fix it. Please don't do this." "I'm giving you a chance to make it right," I say, my voice cold. "But if you think I'll let you walk away unscathed after this betrayal, you're sorely mistaken. You need to understand the consequences of your actions." She nods slowly, fear etched across her features. "Okay, I'll do it. I'll call him and end it." "Good. And I want you to do it tonight," I say, crossing my arms over my chest. "I want to hear the conversation." Mia's shoulders slump as she realizes the gravity of her situation. "Fine," she whispers, defeated. As she picks up her phone, I watch with satisfaction, reveling in her discomfort. This is my moment, the first step in reclaiming my power. I want her to feel the weight of her choices, to understand the depth of her betrayal. Mia dials Jake's number, her hand shaking as she waits for him to pick up. The tension in the room is palpable, and I can barely contain my anticipation. "Hey, Jake," she says, her voice trembling. "We need to talk." I lean closer, straining to hear every word. "Yeah, it's about us," she continues, her tone wavering. "I can't see you anymore. I need to focus on my marriage." I feel a surge of satisfaction at her words. She's finally acknowledging the gravity of her actions, but I want more. I want to see Jake's reaction. "Why not?" "What do you mean?" Mia says, her eyes darting toward me, panic flaring. I can only imagine what Jake is saying on the other end, likely bewildered by her sudden change of heart. "I just can't," she insists, her voice firming up. "I love my husband, and I'm done lying to him." She hangs up, her breath coming in shaky gasps. "I did it," she says, looking up at me with a mixture of relief and fear. "Good," I reply, my tone icy. "But this isn't over. You'll need to earn back my trust, and that won't happen overnight." Mia nods, the weight of her confession hanging heavily in the air. "I understand. I'll do whatever it takes." As she sits there, vulnerability etched across her face, I can't help but feel a surge of triumph. This is just the beginning of my retribution, a prelude to the chaos that will soon unfold. Later that night, as I lie in bed next to her, I can't shake the feeling of satisfaction coursing through me. I may have allowed her to believe she was still in control, but the truth is, I am pulling the strings now. The thrill of revenge is intoxicating, and I'm determined to keep it going. Mia stirs beside me, and I feign sleep, my mind racing with thoughts of how to escalate my plan. I know this betrayal has left scars, but I also know that there's much more to come. I want her to feel the full weight of her choices, to realize that her actions have consequences. As I close my eyes, a sinister smile plays on my lips. The game has only just begun, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. The days blur together as I immerse myself in a haze of plotting and deceit. Mia's efforts to win back my trust feel like an elaborate performance, each act more desperate than the last. She cooks dinner, offers sweet nothings, and even tries to rekindle the intimacy we once shared, but the betrayal lingers like a foul odor, suffocating any remnants of love. I can hardly look at her without feeling the bile rise in my throat. One evening, as I scroll through social media, a notification catches my eye. Jake has posted a picture of himself at a party, surrounded by friends, a smug smile plastered across his face. He seems to be enjoying life as if he hasn't torn mine apart. A wave of anger surges through me, igniting a fury I've kept at bay. "Why do you even bother?" I mutter to myself, bitterness coating my words. "Mikhail." Mia calls from the kitchen, her voice bright. "Dinner's almost ready. Come help me set the table." I slam my laptop shut, irritation boiling beneath the surface. "I'll be there in a minute." I shout back, knowing full well I won't be joining her for dinner. Instead, I grab my jacket and head out the door, my mind set on one goal: revenge. As I drive toward Jake's apartment, a plan begins to take shape. I can't just confront him, I need to hit him where it hurts. I pull out my phone and send a text to a friend, someone with connections in the underbelly of the city. If there's one thing I know about Jake, it's that he's a creature of habit, frequenting the same bars and parties. I need intel. Find out everything you can about Jake's activities tonight. I want to know where he's at, who he's with. I type, hitting send. The response is immediate: "You got it. Just tell me what you want." I smirk, a dark satisfaction coursing through me. I'll show him what it means to betray me. An hour later, my phone buzzes with an update. "Jake's at the Haze, downtown. It's a party night. You in?" I pull into the parking lot of the Haze, the bass thumping through the walls, the flickering lights casting an ominous glow on the faces of partygoers. I stride through the entrance, my heart pounding with anticipation. The atmosphere is electric, filled with laughter and loud music, but all I can focus on is finding Jake. Scanning the crowd, I spot him near the bar, chatting up a group of women. He looks so carefree, so arrogant, unaware of the storm brewing just a few feet away. I push my way through the throng, adrenaline coursing through my veins. "Jake!" I call out, my voice cutting through the noise like a knife. He turns, surprise flashing across his face before quickly morphing into arrogance. "Mikhail! What a surprise! Didn't expect to see you here." "Cut the crap," I snap, stepping closer. "We need to talk." "About what?" "Mia," he laughs, clearly unfazed. "You really think I'm scared of you?" I clench my fists, trying to rein in my fury. "You should be," I warn, lowering my voice to a growl. "You've taken something from me, and I'm not going to let it slide." He leans back, a smug smile on his lips. "What's your plan, huh? You think you can just intimidate me?" I step forward, the rage boiling over. "You think this is a game? You don't know what I'm capable of." The look in his eyes shifts from amusement to concern. "All right, man. Let's just chill for a second." But I'm done talking. I grab him by the collar and pull him close, my voice low and deadly. "You're going to regret crossing me." In the blink of an eye, chaos erupts. I push him back against the bar, and the crowd begins to notice. People start to step back, murmurs rising around us. Jake's friends rush forward, but I shove him again, adrenaline coursing through me. "Get off him," one of his friends yells, but I'm fueled by a mix of betrayal and rage. "You have no idea what you're stepping into," I hiss, my eyes narrowing. Jake's eyes dart around, panic evident. "Mikhail, come on. It was a mistake. I never wanted this." "Too late for apologies, Jake. You made your choice." I turn, scanning the room, and spot a glass bottle nearby. Without thinking, I grab it and raise it above my head. "Whoa, man. Put that down," another friend shouts, but it's too late. I bring the bottle down with a crash, the glass shattering against the bar, sending shards flying. The sound is deafening, and the room falls silent, all eyes on us. "Enough!" I roar, pointing the jagged piece of glass at Jake. "This is for every lie, every betrayal." The crowd gasps, some backing away, others filming on their phones. Jake stumbles back, fear etched across his face. "You're insane," he shouts, backing away. "You have no idea," I say coldly, advancing toward him. But before I can reach him, security arrives, rushing in to break up the confrontation. "Hey! Back off," one of the bouncers yells, grabbing my arm and pulling me away from Jake. "Let me go!" I shout, struggling against his grip. Jake takes advantage of the chaos, slipping away into the crowd. I fight against the bouncer, desperation clawing at me. I'm not done. He needs to pay for what he did. "Take it outside," the bouncer growls, shoving me toward the door. I stumble into the cool night air, my breath coming in ragged gasps. I scan the parking lot, desperate to spot Jake, but he's already gone, lost in the throng of escaping partygoers. Damn it! I curse under my breath, the adrenaline still pumping through me. I pull out my phone, the anger bubbling beneath the surface. I can't let him get away like this. I quickly text my friend, "Find Jake. We're not done yet." As I drive home, my mind races with plans of retaliation. I want him to feel every ounce of pain he's caused me. This isn't just about revenge, it's about showing them both the consequences of betrayal. When I walk through the front door, I find Mia sitting on the couch, her face pale and worried. "What happened?" she asks, panic in her eyes. "I confronted Jake," I say, my voice low and filled with venom. "He thinks he can just waltz into my life and take what's mine. I won't let that happen." Mia's eyes widen in fear. You can't just go after him like this. It's dangerous. Dangerous? He put me in this position. I roar, the rage spilling over. You think this is just going to end with a phone call? I want him to feel the repercussions. Please, Mikhail. This isn't the way, she pleads, her voice trembling. But I'm done listening. You want to save your skin. You should have thought about that before you decided to betray me. I shout, the venom in my voice cutting deep. In that moment, I realize this isn't just about Jake. It's about us. About how her betrayal has shattered everything. I can't do this anymore, Mia. I can't look at you without seeing what you did. Mikhail, please. We can work through this, she cries, tears streaming down her face. But it's too late. No more chances. You've destroyed our marriage, I say, my voice steely. I want you out. Her face crumples, and I can see the hurt in her eyes, but I've crossed a line I can't uncross. She stands up, shaking her head in disbelief. You're really going to throw everything away over this? Yes. You made your choice. Now I'm making mine. As she walks out the door, I feel a twisted sense of satisfaction mingled with regret. I've lost everything, my wife, my trust, my peace of mind. But I know that this is the only way to reclaim my power. In the following days, I execute my plan, leaving no stone unturned. I enlist my connections, each move calculated and ruthless. Jake's world begins to unravel, the weight of his choices crashing down on him. I watch from the sidelines as he loses friends, jobs, and finally, his reputation. But it's not just about him. It's about Mia, too. She's lost in the chaos, her pleas for forgiveness falling on deaf ears. The irony isn't lost on me, she's experiencing the same betrayal she inflicted upon me, and it's both painful and satisfying. Finally, one evening, I receive a text from my friend, Jake's out of the picture. He's gone. I lean back in my chair, a wave of relief washing over me. I've reclaimed my life, but it feels empty without Mia. I know I've lost her forever, and as much as I want to feel victorious, the truth is, I've paid a steep price for my revenge. As I look around the empty house, I realize that sometimes, the harshest retribution comes not from what we do to others, but from what we lose in the process. And as the silence envelopes me, I can't help but feel that the real tragedy lies not in betrayal, but in the irreparable loss of love. With that thought, I finally close the door on the past, the weight of betrayal heavy on my heart. I may have won the battle, but the war has left me hollow, a reminder that revenge often comes at an unforgiving cost.